And the detective had to get in here to talk about this particular thing before we get out of here and get on a mission. You can see the detective is in tactical gear. We are about to get on the field. Okay, you've seen the detective back at the office. You've seen the detective giving a report. You've seen the detective at an interrogation room. But right now, you're seeing the detective ready for the field work. And so right now, we're about to get talking about this lady who wants to go into field work also. Okay, so you can see the similarities here. So she wants to go into field work, which is ministry, and so I think there is something we need to talk about. You might be wondering, what's Guan? What is the Guan? Structured show. With daily Christian commentary videos, the detective had to get on this one particularly. And so for those people that are new to this channel, yeah, this is kind of the things that we do. If you are seeing this, calm down. This is my airsoft. My airsoft. If you didn't know, I play airsoft. We play with BBs. You see those games? I do that. And so this is my airsoft gear. The badge, you know. So the gear, okay, this is a pipe to get me drinking water. If you're playing long games, you don't have time to go back to the pipe. And so this helps it. So this is, and got a little tank at the back over there. And this is my vest where we carry things and whatnot. So yeah, if you didn't know, I play airsoft. And these are my gloves for that. And so please don't call 911 for me. Don't get paranoid and be like, Eric is dressed like a military person. Don't worry, the detective is fully in gear, but this is just the gear that I use when we are playing out there. You know, I stay indoors a lot, and so hey, airsoft does me good. In case you didn't know what had happened when you saw the mark on the nose, I never addressed it, but hey, that's what happened. Got shot on the nose. Anyways, speaking of being in the field, this, they call him Mama Current, something like that. Starting a church, or what is going on? The title of this whole thing is The Masturbating Church to Expose False Prophets or False Pastors, as you may call it. This is an article by the Daily Sun, as I may put it out there. And so let's get reading over here. This is the lady, to be particular. Okay, this is, it says, a radio presenter and author, Current Mama, has written a controversial book addressing pastors who are failing the people. That's what it says. Radio DJ, it names her, it states the book. We don't have to read that again. You know how articles do this kind of things. She's 53 years old. That's not me. That's what the article actually puts out. It says Current Mama as a second book out. It was from an experience, I guess. She is part of those people that might have been victims. But I'm going to take two particular issues with this book here. Or with the whole thing, with her whole shtick over here. You can do the DJ thing, the radio DJ thing. But when it comes to this one, you might want to think about it twice, okay? First of all, it says that this is a second book. She released a first book called Back in the Ring in 2017. It says that the book was discussing her abusive relationship and how she came out of it, finding a voice. Great stuff. But now she's written this particular book, and she had to address the particular subject of the masturbation here. She says this was of no progress, particularly addressing the subject of the house of God. It says Current Mama from Atteridgeville, Tshwane, which is Pretoria, for those that don't know, the capital city of South Africa. I'm speaking English. Detective is in full gear. Is in its element. Please give this video a like, just for the effort. If not for anything, just for the effort. Okay, it says she wrote the book, and after observing the growth of churches, and so this book that she wrote is particularly after observing churches growing. Okay. That is the particular theme line around this one. With the church members are taking advantage of, particularly the women here. She says that these churches did not have the power anymore, and they have had shame on the name of God. To assume that a fake church has shamed the true church, I've always said, that means a person does not understand the Bible at all. The Bible says Jesus is coming for a church that is without spot nor blemish. That is his church. Now, it doesn't mean that we won't have tares in the church. You'll remember that the tares are removed by the angels. If you read the parable, that tells you something. His church is without spot, even now. Oh yeah. What? Yes, the church is without spot now, but there are tares in amongst them. Remember when they wanted to remove the tares, he said, no, let them grow together. Okay? And so this idea that the church should be shamed, it's shaming God. Please, I've stated, that means that's spoken by people that don't fully understand God's plan of salvation and the work of the church being under the Messiah. It says, after about, and no gates of hell shall overcome it. The word, they sweet my lips. Okay, it says now, this particular book, it is aimed at exposing false pastors instead of leading the people and teaching them. Okay, they are the ones which are leading them into temptation and sin. That's what it says. It says the God will go. The book particularly would address this part and also the wicked ways that they get up to, being unrepentant. Current Mama is currently instead of these churches being an answer to the world's problems, pastors are running for their pockets. Okay, which is the thing. Now it says pastors are no longer protecting what has been in their care, which is the church members. They are now busy scouting for women to sleep with, she says. Now, God gave her this title. This is the first thing I take issues with. This is the first thing. She says God gave her this title, the title Masturbation Church. God. First of all, she has the wrong idea about, the name of God being shamed. Can't shame God. This is his work. Okay? He's at work here. And so can't shame God. Those people, they are functioning outside. That's why Matthew chapter number 7, to prove for those people that don't understand what I'm saying. Matthew chapter number 7. Away from me, I never knew you. They came to him claiming they were part of this. He says, no, I didn't know you, mandems. You people were outside. Mandem is functioning from outside. You get me? Okay. And so she says that this particular thing, God gave her this title. Now, this part, they vex me well. She says, I tried to reason with God, but he told me to write the book, The Masturbation Church. And she said that God also gave her the particular chapter in Genesis chapter number 6, verse number 10, I think. Genesis chapter number 36, from 6 up until 10. And so, which gives this picture of this man. He went in, pulled out, squatted on the... You understand? The whole Nanochajes, if you know the story. And so, I don't know if that's where she's taking the idea of the Masturbation Church. Said she was planning to start a church. Okay? Notice. Wanted to start a church that would set the people free from engaging with these false pastors. So she was also, that's the second one. She was going to start a church, not because she's called, just to set people free from things. I don't know. I thought this whole thing of running a church and being a pastor was a calling. But people are now starting churches because, okay, there's victims out there. Let me go. And so it's kind of a little bit off, but hey, y'all tell me what you think about that one. I thought these things kind of stand out and they deserve us to kind of have a conversation about. Can you start a church just because people are in false churches? That we can just go out there and just assume pastoral positions while claiming. This person is the same person that's claiming that God gave them the title of a masturbating church. God gave her that. She thinks God is shamed by false prophets and charlatans doing whatever. This is the same person. That same person who believes that is the same person who's saying that they are going to start a church. That's not the reason why we start churches. That's not the reason why we start churches. You can warn them, get them out of these false churches, help them find a new church. But to say that you're going to start a church just because people are victims, that's AA now. Church is not AA. Hey, what do I know? It's Rick Show. We do daily Christian commentary videos. And I will see you on the next episode. You can check those episodes being down in the pinned comments. There'll be another episode that was done today. It's Friday. Happy Friday, and hope to see you tomorrow when we do the live stream. Subscribe to the channel if it's the first one. Please, when you decide what you're gonna do, particularly when you're seeing the nature of things that we have out there, do your due diligence to understand that not just everybody, it's not just something that you just jump out and just do. Okay, I'm just gonna jump out and just do. Okay, If you don't have a calling, I don't know. I don't think you should be doing that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But if I was in a church and a person told me, hey, there's too many victims out there, I thought to start the right church. I'm out of there. Because you don't have a calling, what am I doing over here?